Thanks so much, Tina. As Tina said, my name is Tanya. I'm very excited to be here with you today, and I've been with SRP for a number of years, so I've acquired a lot of information in that time, and I'm very excited to share it with you today. Now, let's jump right in. SRP has a very rich history here in the Valley and with our community. Pictured on this slide is a modern Roosevelt Dam. 1 year after it was built, Arizona became the 48th state in the Union. So that's just one reason that I'm here today. It dates all the way back to 1902 as a part of the Federal Reclamation Act. If you visit srpnet.com/history, you can learn more about the dam and see the map that the Holcomb Indians left in very early AD that SRP used to actually build our modern day canals. So it's a very interesting read. We're going to talk about light bulbs now. This is basically going to be the intro to efficiency. And light bulbs have gotten a bit daunting as far as shopping for them. And using some tools that I'm going to give you, you'll be able to easily pick out the right bulb for each room in your home and select the best color temperature for use in that room. So the very first thing that I like to point out to customers is this. This is the lighting facts. This is like the nutrition facts for light bulbs. It's going to be your guide in picking out that correct light bulb. Now, the first thing you're looking for is the light output, which is the lumen. Down here is an easy watt to lumen comparison. Now, this is the actual wattage used by the bulbs once they're plugged into your home. We're used to shopping in wattages with the incandescent bulbs. Most of the wattage equivalents are posted on the LED lights too, so that's very helpful. Now, the second thing you're looking for is going to be the color temperature of that light. And when I say temperature, it has nothing to do with hot or cold. In fact, LEDs are burning about 75% cooler than incandescents, making it a much cooler situation for us in Arizona. Now, the color temperature that I'm speaking of is right here on the lighting facts, and it looks different in some instances. And that's why I've got two different lighting fact images here. Now, we're going to talk a little bit more about that color temperature. Now, the lower the number, the warmer or cozier that light is going to be. The higher the number, the cooler or bluer that daylight bulb is going to be. So when you're shopping for light bulbs, focus on the Kelvin temperature. And that is just, like I said, the color of the light. Now, here is an example of warm light. And this is going to resemble most closely those incandescent light bulbs. This one right here in the middle, the cool white, this is the 3000K. This is more of a no color in between shade for the home. This is my personal fave, and there is no right or wrong to these colors because it's you in your living room, not me. So the final color that's primarily available for residential sales is the daylight color. That's the 5000K. Now this light is really excellent for reading and throwing a very bright light on the situation. Garages, utility rooms, even kitchens. But it's not as cozy for the bedroom or just living room, places like that. But like I said, it is completely up to you because it's you and your home, not me. But one thing that I do want to make very clear is keeping that color consistent, because I'm going to show you what I discovered on vacation 1 year. So there's a lot going on in this restroom. This very first bulb is a daylight bulb. The one right next to it is that warm, soft white. So those are already not matching, and I'm already just sort of like, just want to yank it out of that socket. And then here we've got an incandescent bulb. So there are several things going on here that I would definitely not have in my home, because when you put these two different colors side by side or even in the same room, your eye is going to go to that rogue bulb every single time. So to keep it consistent, look for that color temperature to help guide those bulb decisions, as well as the lumens, because if you want more light in a room, maybe just bump it up to a higher wattage equivalent, because even this 100-watt equivalent light bulb is only using 15 to 19 watts of power. So you don't have to buy a new lamp, just get a different light bulb, right? All right, so now we're going to go to CFLs. Compact fluorescent lights are, it's older technology. You're not going to see them on the shelf as much as you used to. In fact, many stores aren't even carrying them anymore. I still have several at home plugged in. So what I'm going to tell you is, if you happen to have any of these CFLs still plugged in at home, once they burn out, please take them to any safe disposal. Home Depot and Lowe's dispose of them for free. There are several Ace Hardware locations that carry the SRP CFL recycling program as well in Tempe, so you can easily find those at Ace Hardware as well if you prefer to go there. But nationwide, Home Depot and Lowe's recycle those CFLs, as well as plastic shopping bags and rechargeable batteries, which is really nice. We want to keep that stuff out of the landfill, primarily because with the CFLs, there's a little bit of mercury in those bulbs, and so we just don't want the potential for that to get in our groundwater. All right. This is going to be a very quick slide, but when you're shopping for appliances, always look for the Energy Star logo. This is a logo that is going to show you which items are efficient in comparison to those items that might not be as efficient. And what you can do is look on the energy guide. Most large appliances carry these by law. If you don't see it at the store, please ask a sales assistant for their help in locating this. It might just be located on their computer and they can easily pull that up for you. So like I said, be sure to look for that Energy Star logo when you're shopping for large appliances, because you are going to definitely save some money while getting better value out of that item. All right. Energy vampires and how to slay them. An energy vampire is an item that is plugged into the wall that even when the power is off, it is still using energy. Here's an example. When I was growing up in the 70s, TVs took a little while to warm up and turn on. Now they turn on just like that. It's because they're always on. It's called residual energy. As Americans, we want our stuff to be on and immediately. We don't want to wait for it to warm up and turn on. So what we have here are a variety of different power strips and outlet media stations that you can turn the switch off and cut that power completely, so it's not using that residual energy. Some other items aside from TVs, smaller kitchen appliances, anything that has a little dot on it, a little LED dot on it, signifying that it is in fact on and ready for you to turn it on and enjoy it. Some things you might not use every single day that you could just unplug from the wall super easily or plug it into a power strip. A shredder, DVD player, radios, CD players, things that you're not using all the time. Also, those items that need to be charged, your laptop, your cell phone, your notebook, various things that you're charging You can make a very easy charging station and leave those items plugged in all the time, but just hit that power button to make sure those plugs aren't drawing energy. And yes, I did say cell phones. Even when your cell phone is not plugged into the charger, it is still consuming energy. Many of the chargers are getting better, but feel the plug. If the plug is warm, there is energy being consumed, even if it's not plugged into your device that you're charging. So keep that in mind. All right. So next, we're going to talk about ACs and air filters. Definitely look for the utility rebates for new ACs. I recently replaced my AC and I was very thankful for the rebates provided by my utility, SRP. We've got an excellent tiered system and I know that there are rebates available for, and you can find this information on aps.com. If replacing your AC is not in your budget this year, please at least consider getting your AC checked by a professional so that you know that it's running optimally for the summer. All right. As far as air filters, I'm going to give you a quick education on air filters because it does matter what kind of filter you're using. Now, I know that a lot of AC folks recommend the spun fiberglass. Well, the spun fiberglass is very porous, and so it's going to allow a lot of air, but also a lot of dirt and allergens to fly up into your AC, onto your coils, and then also into your home. So we definitely do not recommend the spun fiberglass. What we do recommend is this second one right here. This is the mid-grade pleated. And this is a larger snapshot of that. There is a very affordable mid-grade pleated at both Home Depot and Lowe's for under $10. And what I usually do is I'll load up. I'll get 2 or 3 3-packs, put them in the closet so I always have a fresh one for summertime. Now, if you get to the end of 30 days, and yes, I said 30 days to change that air filter, I say 30 days because the pleated air filters, all of them suggest that you change it every 90 days, every 3 months. Oh no, especially in the summertime in Arizona, you need to be changing them every month, every 30 days, if not every other week. If you have pets or there's a big dust storm or something like that. So that 90-day suggestion, that is nationwide. If they were doing it regionally, they would agree with us that you need to change it every 30 days. Now, these last 2 air filters, you can see that these pleats are much closer together, and the fabric is also a lot thicker. These both are high-performance air filters. Not only are they more expensive at the store, but they're going to be more expensive at home as well in energy costs. So when you see those words high performance, consider you're probably also going to be looking at a very high bill because you have got a very restrictive filter in that air return. So try to focus on the mid-grade pleated and change it every month, every 30 days. All right. Now, here is an example of that 3-pack from Home Depot. And then here's also an example of a really dirty filter and the clean filter right next to it. Now, this is something else that I do to just keep myself thinking about it. I'll date the filter before I put it up in the air return, just to keep it top of mind when I'm, thinking about it next month. If you get to 30 days and you do not have a clean filter in your closet, what you can do to buy yourself some time is vacuum it out. Vacuum that filter and put it back up in there. But that is not the solution. That is just to buy you some time to get to the store and get a fresh filter. Then get that new fresh filter up there and carry on. All right. Next, we're going to talk about thermostats. The first thermostat is a standard on or off thermostat. And so that is literally just turning your AC or heater on or off. We don't recommend that because you really can't do anything from afar, or there are no settings or anything like that. So definitely do recommend the programmable thermostat because it's got up to 4 settings in most cases, and you can certainly take the most advantage of a time of day program from your utility. Now, most utilities, including both SRP and APS, have got rebates for the smart thermostat. Here's an example of a Nest thermostat. If you have a different brand of smart thermostat, be sure and check your utility's website to see if they've got a rebate for that existing thermostat. SRP definitely does. So please check savewithsrp.com to find out more about the Bring Your Own Thermostat program. All right. So next, I am going to show you a little video. Insulation provides a line of defense between attic temperatures and the comfort of your living space. The effectiveness of insulation material is measured in R values, and typically the higher the R value, the more effective the material is going to be at reducing heat transfer. Increasing the amount of insulation in your attic will definitely improve your comfort and make it so your AC runs less, so that means a smaller bill. Okay, now this video. This side is well done insulation. This side is poorly done insulation. There is no bad insulation. There is only poor installation. I hope that came across clearly. All right, I'm going to press play and you will see the one on the right. That is going to go a lot quicker on the heat. And obviously, the hairdryer in this case is the sun's heat. And I hope y'all saw that, but in just a few seconds, 20 degrees difference. So adding insulation is a very, very good idea. Now, SRP does have a standalone insulation rebate. So please check savewithsrp.com to find out more about that. And check out aps.com if you are with that utility. All right. So behind your AC, if you do not have a pool, your water heater is going to be your second largest energy consumer in your home. If you do have a pool, your water heater will be the third largest energy consumer. But what's really cool is there are timers that you can put on your electric water heater. Don't even mess with gas because the return on investment just really isn't there. Gas is very, very inexpensive, and it's just not really worth the time. But electric water heater timer, yes, absolutely. This particular one is old school. They do have digital water heater timers now. You can find these at Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon, various different locations. And if you're skilled with hard wire, you can install it too. There are videos on YouTube to get this accomplished. If you're not familiar with hardwire, by all means, licensed contractor. Let's be safe before we save. Okay, so the point of this is you're going to set the timer to be on only when you need it. I myself only have mine on for a couple hours in the morning and a couple hours in the evening for dinner. All the rest of the day, it's off. It's off during peak demand during the middle of the day. It's off all night while I'm sleeping. Who's using hot water in the middle of the night? Second shift, not me, right? So great savings. Your return on investment on the little gray box or water heater timer is going to be just a few months' time, if not shorter, depending on how you use it. Every home is different, so always keep that in mind. All right. Now we're going to talk about shade. Shade is good. And I myself will walk a mile in a parking lot in the summertime to park under a shady tree. I'm sure that many of you have that same thought as well. Now, shade trees give tremendous comfort in the summertime. This is actually an example of 2 different trees that SRP is offering as a part of our shade tree program. I know that City of Tempe also has got a really great shade tree program, so please check their website to get more information about that. Anyway, to achieve shade trees for SRP customers only, you register for a webinar. We've got some on our website right now on savewithsrp.com. Register for a webinar, attend the webinar, and then you'll get instructions on 3 different pickups that you can select to come and pick up your 2 free shade trees. And then you can just enjoy their comfort as they grow and provide shade for your home. Oh, and just by the way, the 2 trees that you're seeing here, this is the beautiful flowers from the desert willow, and we've also got the Palo Verde here. And in this picture right here, I've got my coworker and his grandson, and over here in the sun, the temp is over 100. In the shade, it's almost 90. And so this is just a cool example of the awesome shade that trees can provide. And if you can't plant a tree, consider planting a shrub. Shrubs provide really excellent wall of shade, and always look for those desert adapted trees and plants. Another way to achieve shade is with shade screens. SRP has a great rebate, 80 cents per square foot for new and rebuilt shade screens. And this is an example of shade screens on a home. And then this is showing you the space between the shade screen and the window. So that space is creating another barrier for that heat to get through. This is another option. This is a roller down shade screen. This would be for a patio, or even if you have a deck on an apartment or condo, or even a rental home that you might plan to leave at some point, so you can take it with you. But like I said, shade is excellent, and putting it on your home is definitely going to bring you comfort, and we'll also add some up to 25% of cooling costs in the summertime. All right. Okay, sealing your home's envelope. Now, this is an easy, inexpensive thing to do, and you can find various different mediums and applications at your favorite hardware store. This happens to be Home Depot. They've got a wall of weather stripping, and here's some closer up examples of door window weather stripping, as well as outlet gaskets. So this goes behind the faceplate of an outlet or a light switch, excuse me. And so those are various different ways that you can achieve sealing your home's envelope. This next slide is going to show you the progression of weather stripping on my front door. I decided to replace the weather stripping at my house, or on my front door, and so I wanted to document how that looked. So this is first with no weather stripping, and you can clearly see there is a major space between the door jamb and the door. And this obviously is the little peephole. Then we've got just the right side sealed of this door, because you can still see that light here. And then we've got the whole door sealed. At some point, I'm going to have to update that door jamb to fit the door better, and I'll probably do that when I replace the door, but until then, weather stripping is going to be that solution. All right. So finally, one thing that I did want to share with everyone, especially if you're an SRP customer, this is a code that you can enter into this website. srpnet.com/summer. This is our Summer of Savings promotion. Now, you can win excellent prizes, including smart thermostats, LED light bulbs, or the grand prize, which is worth over $7,000. And it includes an Energy Star top-loading washer and dryer, dishwasher, refrigerator, and an 85-inch LED Samsung TV. So the more times you enter, the more chances you have to win. You can enter through September 6th. And like I said, the more times you enter, the more opportunities you have to win. You can dig through our website and discover different codes as well as different kinds of savings that SRP offers. And good luck. And thank you so much for joining us today.